Good morning, guys. Happy Thursday. I hope everyone on this video is doing well. I hope you're all having an amazing week so far as well. I really, really do. I'm excited to obviously bring this daily market outlook to you guys as always. Let me know in the comment section below how your trading week has been. Of course, the major pairs have been a bit dead, to be fair. I've had an amazing trading week so far in regards to cross pairs. So yeah, just to basically analyze the major, and I'm going to also do a little bit on the cross pairs today. But just for the newest people, for the ones who are just starting to plug in, the ones who just come across this YouTube video or this YouTube channel, I want to introduce myself. I'm Liam. I'm 27 years of age. Originally from Manchester in the UK, but live out in Spain. I'm a full-time, trader and mentor. And I basically bring daily market outlooks for the newest people and the people who've been involved with trading to get that extra mentorship. So, I cover every single day, I cover what I think the dollar's going to do, what I think the major pairs are going to do, and also sometimes cover over the cross pairs, depending on obviously the day, of course. So, yeah, just wanted to make sure that you guys, know who I am. I've been working online now for quite a good few years. I'm not someone who is, special. I literally have no GCSEs, no qualifications. I come from the council streets in Manchester, single parent household with three other siblings. So again, I didn't have that upbringing that most people have. So I want you guys who maybe are watching this to possibly have that relatability to that. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Doesn't really matter if you do or don't anyway. So yeah, but just for you guys watching, I appreciate if you can just drop a subscribe, like on the comment. If you interact on the comment section, it brings more engagement into my YouTube profile, and obviously I want to grow this to the moon. And I believe that I can bring a lot of value to you guys. In fact, I know I can bring a lot of value to you guys as I do, and the newest person who hasn't actually seen me yet. So that will be massively appreciated. All the support is really, really, I'm really, really thankful for it. But yeah, let's get straight into it. So as you guys can see, we've got the dollar on the screen. So the dollar obviously is our major, currency with the most liquid. So that is what we always want to cover first, and it's our priority to understand what the dollar's doing, because then we can understand the correlated pairs. So as you can see, we created obviously a weekly and daily higher high. Then we had this daily lower low. We had a daily change of trend. In fact, I'll write this daily change of trend out. So we had this daily change of trend here. Now, of course, if you look at this leg at all, this leg at all, we had this big pullback into this daily supply. We have a little imbalance on the daily as well, and then we had this big movement down. Now, of course, looking at this movement, how we've broken the daily, we pull back, and then had this movement down. For me, I expect the market to, of course, carry on downwards. That is just my main process and my main thought. Now, of course, it's my job and your job to analyze the charts and see what is best, and where is the right place to obviously look for entering the trades. Now, first things first, if I just look at this daily demand area and this imbalance, I still expect the market, because we stopped here, to basically pull into this area around the 13,140 area. That is the area that I'd expect the market to come into. So obviously we look at the 4-hour time frame and we look at where we're currently at, you'll be able to notice that, of course, for some reason my mouse is not working. But as you can see, we obviously had this uptrend that you can see happening on here, creating higher highs, higher low, higher high. We then pulled back into this daily 4-hour demand. Had a small reaction, but we didn't go and create a new higher high. We then obviously broke the low. Had a 1-hour break there, and we had the 4-hour change of trend there. So we had the 4-hour change of trend, and as you can see, we had a little mini pullback. We didn't come into this area, mini pullback on the 1-hour, and then we're here right now. So first things first, my trend on the 4 is from this lower high to this lower low, but my 1-hour is from this lower high. Now, as you guys can clearly see on my chart, you can clearly see that we are obviously in this level of supply. So we're in this level of supply. Now, of course, what I expect the market to see is a reaction from this supply. So naturally, I want to see on a 1-hour time frame, where we get a big, decent reaction, and we have a change of trend on the 15-minute, the 1-hour, and that will allow us then to obviously understand that the dollar will be looking at changing trend, because everything needs to be in alignment. Right now, this is a 15-minute uptrend. This is a 15-minute uptrend. If I go to the 15-minute, you'll be able to see that we are in an uptrend. You can see that we are clearly in this uptrend. So what we'll need to see is a confirmation that that is, of course, going to change. If I drop to the 30 or the 1 hour, let's see if we can see on the 1 hour. Yeah, you can see like what I would like to see is a change of trend from around this low. So if we can, in fact, let's say that we're in here, and then let's say that we get this change of trend and we break this low, I would obviously then think, okay, the dollar be could possibly be, heading downwards. Of course, if not, we do have market. Let's go back to the 4. We do have market imbalance and obviously a fresh level of supply up here as well that we can come back into. So also understand that as well. But yeah, focusing where we're at right now, we need to see a reaction from here. If we don't, I expect the market to pull back in. And from a 4 hour perspective, I expect to see us coming to around this level of supply. And there'll be probably a cleaner level of supply on the 1 hour, of course. But overall, this level of supply, this could be a 1 hour supply here from this wick to here. So as you guys can see, I expect the market to pull in to around these areas. If not, if we break above this, and if we do break above this, that could allow us then to obviously look, if we're going to be in a 1 hour uptrend until here, we can obviously look for sells on the correlated pairs. So yeah, pretty easy to understand. Hopefully it is for you guys. Hopefully you can see what I'm trying to explain. So yeah, make sure that you guys have got the US dollar marked up. Now going over to GBP USD, you'll be able to see that, of course, right now, as you can see, let me just mark this out. You'll be able to see from here that we have our daily lower high and our daily lower low. Now, of course, this is our 4 hour supply right here. In fact, you could actually refine that to this right now. So there's two things that I'm going to look at. This is my last level of supply on the daily time frame, so that's very important. If we, carry on upwards now, we're definitely going to break this daily lower high. Looking at the trend right now from the 4 hour, let's just follow this around. Let's just actually analyze this. So you can see it was in a big downtrend. You can see that we was creating obviously, them lower lows, lower highs, and then we basically come up here where we should have had this supply carry on downwards if we was going to carry on. We didn't. We pulled away, and then we had that 4 hour change of trend. Now, of course, we have that 4 hour change of trend. We pulled back up. So right now, this is my leg. This is my leg from this 4 hour higher low to this 4 hour higher high. Now, on the 1 hour, you guys will know yesterday, I was talking about this 1 hour and 4 hour supply at demand area, which was here. So that was our first issue that we need to understand. Now that we've broken that demand area, which was here, now we've broken that demand area, that's a 1 hour change of trend. So with that being a 1 hour change of trend, we could now look to hedge this. So what do I mean by hedge? So if we look at this right now, I'll be looking at the market coming into this 4 hour demand. And my priority from a 4 hour perspective is, of course, to see this carry on upwards. But that doesn't mean that we can't get a pullback into this level of supply and sell this area into this area. Because if we can sell this area into here, we can then see how this market's going to react. And if the market then, let's say the market, has a reaction, but doesn't break this last lower high, that you can either go break even on your buy, hold the sell, or you can either be confident enough to just take a loss on here if this is going to carry on downwards. You're in the sell anyway. So again, that is the power of hedging, being in buying and selling. If we do get that pullback on GU, I expect the market to retrace into around, I would like to see into around this level of area here. This area here from a 4 hour. If we go to the 1 hour, what can we see? Yeah, but I'd obviously expect you've got these little trap candles here, but I'd expect to see them as liquidity if we can get that pullback into there, and then basically look to, of course, see if we can sell this into this level of demand, and we do have this 1 hour demand candle as well, which we can obviously keep an eye on. So Yeah, hopefully that makes sense. For me, pretty easy to understand. So hopefully it is for you guys. Of course, at 1 hour change of trends happening, we're going to be coming into this 4 hour demand. But can we look to hedge and sell here? And also then see how we react from this level of demand area and then make decisions if we're going to hold the sell, if we're going to go break even on the sell, if we want to get in the trade, pardon me, on the buy, if we don't want to get in the trade on the buy, etc., etc., etc. So yeah, of course, that is what I'm looking at for GU. EU, you can see exactly the same. We reacted from the supply, we took the high of this supply as well. So we've had the supply take and then we've had the reaction. That is it. Sometimes it's important. I teach about, there's a couple of ways that I teach, 3 or 4 ways, 3 or 4 frameworks that I teach in regards to entries. I've got, one, for instance, 2 ways that I look at this for the newest person, and then there's more in-depth for the person who is a bit more experienced. Now, of course, if you look at this, you obviously understand there's a supply area on the 1 hour, and there's also liquidity here as well. Now, as you guys remember yesterday, we talked about this level here as our 1 hour. So if you remember, this is our 1 hour low, which has obviously now been taken. It's had a change of trend. So again, where do I expect the market to come into? Well, I expect the market to come into at least these lows here. So I'd expect the market possibly to come into this level of demand. That would be my main priority. So with that being said, of course, what would I expect? Well, I can expect the market now, if we can see a pullback into, around these areas. Let's just go, in fact, let me look at the daily time frame a sec. Let me look at the 4 hour, 2 hour. Yeah, 4 hours is probably the best bet. But if you look at where we're currently at, if we can see like a pullback into this level of supply and then get a nice reaction from here. So let's say that we get same as we always want. Let's say we can pull back into this, fill in this imbalance, and then let's say that we get something where we look like this, and then we get a nice candle like this. So we have a 15-minute change of trend. I would then look to sell into this area, and then again see how we react from this area. That'll be my main priority, of course. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. But again, we've had that change of trend. In fact, my probably demand area will be here. I've just noticed. This will probably my next 4 hour demand area in and around here. So then we can see how we're going to react from this area. And of course, if we do get a reaction, you can go break even on sell, or you can actually, take profits, or you can just, not go break even and then, be happy to lose either 1% or whatever it is that you risk, and then hold this buy position. But everything's about reactions from these demand and supply areas. But if you look at it from a higher time frame perspective, like let's just quickly go to the daily, you'll be able to notice that from the daily time frame and the weekly time frame, we've had this daily supply met. So we've come up into this daily supply, and then we've had this reaction, this daily change of trend from here. So our, low is here to our high. So let me actually just mark out that high as our daily. You can see. So we've got this daily and then the high and this daily low, as well as the 4 hour low. We've now had the pullback into the extreme. We've mitigated the area. So what we could possibly see is, of course, we could just possibly see now this going to create a new level of low. Weekly lower low, daily lower low, and 4 hour lower low. Of course, it depends what the dollar is going to do, as always. So yeah, just quickly, I forgot to mention on a dollar as well. Of course, I want to see it come into this level of demand below, but also understand that, 1 second, also understand that we are reacting from this 4 hour candle. You can probably find it says last buy candle. We are reacting out of this 4 hour demand area. I forgot to mention that before. So you can see this 4 hour demand area. We've obviously mitigated it. We took out the imbalance. We took these lows. So again, even if we do carry on into around these areas, that would meet perfect with what we're looking at in regards to sells for EU and GU and so on and so on. Now, AU looks a little bit different. So you'll be able to see that I think AU looks a little bit different as well. But you'll be able to look and notice the difference. So of course you can see, let's just quickly go to the daily time frame. And you'll be able to see that we create that daily lower low. We just didn't mitigate the supply, but we did fill in all this imbalance and take out liquidity, and then we had this big movement down. Now, of course, this is, a horrible looking candle, and obviously some people would say that's not a daily break of structure or whatever it is. To me, it is. I just, even though it's a wick, it still broke the low, and of course, if you go to the 4 hour, you'll be able to confirm that it was a 4 hour break. So that is why I will just analyze that. I'm looking at where is the low, where is not the low, and then I'm looking at then seeing where we could come into and how we can get position ourselves on both sides of the buys or the sells. So you can see daily supply, we've had a reaction. We broke this previous daily lower low. Now we've pulled back into a 4 hour supply. So if I just go to this 4 hour supply, you'll be able to notice where it is. You'll be able to notice that we pulled back into this 4 hour supply, filled in this imbalance, took out the highs. You can see this high here as well. And we're taking out this low, and now we're having a reaction. So first main thought, if you drop down to the 1 hour, or I like to cut it in half, the 2. So if you look at this, that was our 1 hour break change of trend here. So understand that the 1 hour is now in a downtrend. So 1 hour is now in a downtrend. So we go back to the 4, obviously I would like to see another pullback into this. So my main thought right now is 1 hour is downtrending. 1 hour is downtrending. So that should say 4. Let me just mark that out. 4 hour higher low, and that shouldn't be there. So 1 hour is at that change of trend, and now we're in this 4 hour area. So this 4 hour area, as you guys can see, is this 4 hour level of demand. You can actually refine it to this last candle here. Now, of course, priorities is, can we see, of course, a market from here have a nice reaction, a nice candle on a 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, where you can see that change of trend, and then you can look to participate in this upwards. Now, of course, that is our main focus. If we do get a pullback, so let's say we have a reaction from here, and you're able to see that reaction and then get in the chart, and let's say you're in a buy position, I would then keep an eye out on the fact that this is a supply area. And then I want to see how the market reacts. If we get a break, you can then go break even and hold and then wish for the best. And then obviously be in a sell position from here on a pullback. Or you can obviously be happy to lose, 1% of your account or whatever it is that you risk, and then hold this sell downwards. So again, hopefully that makes sense. Let me just mark this candle out, which will be a 4 hour supply. So again, we're trapped in between this. Let's see how we react from here. I would be in this position, and then I'd keep an eye out. And if we do get this, pullback. So let's say we get a break like that, and you see the change of trend again from this area, then obviously you look to sell on this market, go break even on here, or whatever your rules are, and then hold this sell downwards. If we don't, and let's say we don't get a confirmation, obviously amazing, you're in these buys and you've not participated in this sell, and now you expect to go and break this 4 hour higher high. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense in regards to that, but keep an eye out on these areas. That's why you probably notice I'm speaking fast, because I want to get this on YouTube as soon as I possibly can. NZUSD, so let's see what she's doing. So NZUSD, you'll be able to notice, of course, that first thought is we had a daily change of trend. So we had this big daily change of trend, as you can see, and then we had this pullback into this and around this area. Now, of course, let me just refine this up into these 2 candles. You'll be able to notice that, of course, we're in this level of 4 hour supply. Now, obviously, right now, yes, that's in a level supply, but we are coming into this demand area. So again, we expect to see how we're going to react from this area here. How are we going to react? Are we going to see a nice clean break on the 1 hour and 15-minute for us to then look for buys, of course, or of course, if not, can we see the reaction pull back into supply? And then let's see how we react, because let's say we get a break, we could then be looking at coming in and around these areas here, or possibly taking out this low. So again, you just got to play what you can see. If we get a reaction from here, amazing. I'd look for buy. If we get a reaction from this candle here, sweet as well. But yeah, of course, you just got to play what you guys can see. If we do get the break, and let's say we do break this low, I'll be expecting to fill in this imbalance here and come into this level of demand that's below this area. You can mark out this candle here, which is that candle as your next 4-hour demand area if we do break this low. So keep an eye out on that. Now let's see how USD CAD's moving because she has been as ugly as my nan. No, I'm only messing. My nan's not ugly. That was a bit cruel, wasn't it? But as you guys can see, what is she up to? And I'm talking about the charts, not my nan. So 4-hour lower low, 4-hour lower high. Our next 4-hour supply area would be here. That'll be my next 4-hour supply area. Now, of course, if you look at where we're at, we've just broken this 1-hour lower high. So this 1-hour area here has been broken. You can see we had this pullback, and that is a legit 4-hour supply. I think I would have mentioned it yesterday. That is a 4-hour supply, which we have now. We had a reaction, we started to consolidate, and then we pulled back up. So as you can see, now that we've broken that, I'd expect the market to pull back. I expect to see the market pull back. And then I want to see how we're going to react. And if we can see that, then we look to buy up into this area. That is my main thought. If I go to the daily time frame, well, let me actually go to the 8-hour time frame, see if we can see something a little bit nicer. It's the same. Yeah, it's the same. So I would like to see that we've got some imbalance here. So this is this 4-hour supply area at the extreme that I would like to see mitigated. Of course, we do have a level of supply here. So it could even react out of this 4-hour supply area as well. So either these 4-hour supplies wait for reaction from, and then of course that will be the next 4-hour supply, 4-hour demand areas. Messed up then. 4-hour demand areas, see how they react from there, and then of course look to basically see the reaction from this supply area. That is our next supply. And again, if we look at the dollar, because obviously this correlates with the dollar, if the USD CAD goes higher into here, you're probably going to see the US dollar come into these level of areas here as well. So yeah, understand that. But hopefully that makes sense to you guys. You can see a 4-hour low high, 4-hour lower low. You can see the 1-hour break. So buyers is my priority right now up until this 4-hour supply area. USD CHF is again different. Like it's a bit of a madness at the moment because I've said about this loads of times on these daily market outlooks in regards to basically how obviously Trump's come into the office and the markets are moving weird and you've just got to basically adapt, and you guys are probably noticing that as well. So as you guys can see, if you look at it from this perspective on USD CHF, it's very different to USD CAD. So we've had that break, and then we expect the market on USD CAD to come here, whereas USD CHF is in this 4-hour supply area right now. So again, you just got to understand that USD CHF and the US dollar are a lot more, cleaner looking and similar looking than USD CAD. So if I like, what does that mean for me? Well, if I'm a trader, right, and I am, and you guys are traders, you are, what am I going to look at? Okay, would I rather trade, if the US dollar is looking like this, would I rather trade USD CAD or USD CHF? What's looking more similar? Well, USD CHF is looking more similar. So that means that, okay, my priority should be looking to see what the dollar does, and then also because USD CHF is clearer, looking to trade the USD CHF. Now, as you can see, this 4-hour supply, we're reacting from here right now. I want to see again, as always, the perfect reaction. We want to see consolidation, and then let's see if we can get a pull back break on the 15-minute, and then we look to sell USD CHF down. If not, of course, this will be our next 4-hour supply area with this imbalance that needs filling here. And if that is the case, if we break this high here, let's say we get this, I would then look to buy this upwards into here. So we've got some nice potentials, of course, because we are reacting out of this daily demand area as well. But yeah, that is it for the majors. I'm going to talk a little bit about a few of the Cross pairs, I'll show you some beauty of trades that I've caught this week. So if you look at USD CHF look at these two beauties of a trades 1 to 7.5 almost, and then a 1 to 8, which has absolutely been amazing. Let me just drop down to the 15 minutes so you can see it a little bit more clearer. But yeah, perfect. TP hit this daily lower low. My first entry was basically from this 4-hour supply. I entered, from this 4-hour supply, we had a break of this 15-minute, the 15-minute change of trend, which I'm talking about. We pulled back into this 15-minute supply, and then we obviously had another 15-minute break, which allowed me then to enter the second position, which was from here. So you can see 15-minute was uptrending. You can see higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, boom. Break this previous higher low, creating a new lower low. We then pulled into this area, this nice institutional candle. Let me just show you, which left imbalance. And then we had another break of this low here, creating a new lower low, which allowed me to trade this again and get in both positions for CHF JPY. And as you can see, beautiful swing positions. Bob is your uncle, Fanny is your auntie. Let's go. And then obviously last night, I was going to get into a third position, but it was late on last night that we come into this area. As you can see, you know, we basically, that was 10 o'clock my time, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. And I just I just didn't get in from this 1-hour supply because we had this 1-hour break. So as you guys can currently see, we are now had this 1-hour break here. Let me just mark this out, because we are coming, or we've almost come into this supply, but let me just mark this out, mark this out, mark this out. And you remember I talked about this, I think, yesterday, and I think I did put it into my Telegram chat as well. But as you can see, we've had another 1-hour break, 1-hour break, 1-hour break. So again, this now is my 1-hour lower high. This is my 1-hour lower low. So again, if we can, we've still got some imbalance. I would have liked to see it come into this, see how we react, if we can get something similar to the 15-minute, and then look to sell this on downwards from here. But again, it is reacting from here, so it could just carry on downwards. But yeah, let me know in the chats, do you think that is some you know, a beauty of a trade? I think I know quite a few people got it who was in my Telegram, my free Telegram, but I think the next one I'm going to talk about is CAD JPY. I want to give a shout out to Rob, who's on, who watches these daily market outlooks. Rob, let me just see your comments on here. Yeah, Rob, you can see he's in CAD JPY, which I give out as well in my free Telegram, which is moving beautifully. Same scenario, you can see it's more of a swing trade. But the same scenario, you can look, we had a 4-hour supply area. And then if you look at the 15-minute, 15-minute was creating, you know, them higher highs, higher lows, higher high, higher low, higher high. We had a pullback. We didn't create a new higher high. And then we broke this 15-minute. We broke this 15-minute. And as you can see, we then pulled into this 15-minute supply candle. And then obviously broke again. And now we've just been basically trading and we broke. Trading and then we broke. So now I expect to see the market pull into here and then see if we can carry this on downwards. Now, of course, I did 2 positions on here. You guys are going, geez, Liam, man, you got paid this week. I did. I did. But yeah, I took 1 position from the 4-hour supply, just straight up from the edge of the 4-hour supply, the imbalance here. We took out the liquidity. That was 1 entry. I was busy, so again, I took that entry with the obviously stop loss above the high of this 4-hour supply. I was happy to take a loss if it did, because if it come up above here, it'll most likely going to carry on upwards. And then the next position was obviously on the 15-minute from this area here. So yeah, if you look at where we're currently at right now, you can see that we've got this break from here, 1-hour break, 1-hour break, 4-hour break of structure. I expect this 4-hour, well, this 4-hour supply area has been met. So this is where we could carry on. In fact, let me mark this out. That 1-hour supply area, let's mark that out. That is a 1-hour supply. And then this is a 4-hour candle here. And you can see that we've met this 4-hour candle. So we're already in that 4-hour supply. So if I drop down to the 1-hour right now, what I'd be waiting for, let's drop down to the 15-minute or the 30-minute, 15-minute. Okay, so if you look at the what's happening, obviously you can see that it was a bit choppy, but we're creating the highs. We've created this low. Now this should have carried on and broken and created a new high. If we can break this last low here, this next low, and let's say we get this, I'd be happy to then look to sell this downwards. So yeah, hopefully you guys can see that as well. If we've got any more setups, let's have a look on the cross pairs for you. But yeah, clean as a whistle, as they say. GBP AUD was a clean 1 to 3 as well for me. Let me show you the trade. Beauty of a trade. I actually am going to show you guys at the end of this video talking about I did a quiz in my Telegram, a free quiz to help you guys understand this trade idea, which played out perfectly, which is obviously amazing. But you can see we basically what happened is that we go to the 4 hour, you'll be able to notice that we was in this 4 hour demand area. We reacted first and foremost from this 4 hour supply area and this daily supply. We had this big pullback. Now our next issue was we had a 4 hour higher low and a 4 hour higher high. That was what I was talking about in the group, and we had this 4 hour demand. Now, of course, we don't just, we wait for confirmation of more experienced people. We can just buy from these demands and supplies. But I was waiting for confirmation and we didn't get that. Now we dropped down to the 1. You'll be able to notice that what was the 1 hour trend doing? Well, the 1 hour trend was clearly, let me just mark this out. Sorry, it was clearly lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. We had no reaction from this supply at this demand area. We were just creating lower lows and lower highs. So once we broke, I seen that we had a pullback into this 50-minute supply, and that's where I waited for a 15-minute change of trend, and then I basically got in. So if you look at this, you can see we reacted from the 15-minute supply, and then we broke this low. So we come down, we had this big juicy candle, broke this low, and then I entered from this wick there, and then we basically carried on to stop loss, take profit. I think that is, do I have any more? GBP, CHF, you can see we've got a 4 hour trend, so I'm going to wait and see how we react from this area here. We're actually currently creating a new 1 hour, so what I'd wait for is see how the market reacts, but understand that the 1 hour is in control because this 1 hour supply is this 4 hour supply. So this 1 hour is downtrending. We've got obviously lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So I would wait to see either this break or 15-minute change of trend to buy, but this should be your priority. Sell should be your priority. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it from me. Oh, GBP NZ, next one. GBP NZ, we're reacting from a higher time frame imbalance, but we've got this 4 hour change of trend. So, sorry, 4 hour structure from this higher low to this higher high. Now we're inside this 4 hour demand, but we are downtrending on the 1 hour. So you can see this last supply candle is here, and this last, higher lower high is here. So again, the 1 hour lower high is here, 1 hour lower low. Now, if you look at the 1 hour, we've now had a beautiful reaction from here, and we haven't taken out this. So I will probably most likely, there's two ways you can look. If you look from the, let's see, the 30-minute or the 15-minute, this might be a bit cleaner. If you look at the 15-minute, what can you see? Sorry guys, my mouse is not working the best. 15-minute is reacting from this 50-minute supply, but look at the structure. So look, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Slowing down, we come up, we create a new higher high, boom. So I would now be happy to sell this on downwards because we're in a supply. We've taken out all this consolidation here, which is liquidity sweep. And if you go to the 1 hour, I would now be looking to see if we can get GBP NZ into this 1 hour supply area. So this is what I'll be waiting for. If you guys also want to keep an eye out, is in this supply, 15-minute change of trend, and then sell this downwards. And then the next issue 1 would be around this area here. That would be the next issue area that we need to see how we react. and make a decision. If we break, of course, we'll come and attack these lows, because 1 hour structure is still in is priority. So yeah, keep an eye on that. Let me get this YouTube video up as soon as possible so that you guys don't miss out on some of these ideas. But yeah, that is it from me, guys. Before we do move on, I'm just going to quickly share my Telegram with you and talk about what I've just been mentioning. Again, my link for the Telegram is in my bio. I'd highly advise every single person getting involved and getting into this Telegram. It's just free, and I do a lot of quizzes nowadays. So as you can see, yesterday, we had a little quiz for everyone in here. Basically asking questions. The weekly daily time frame is created a new lower low. We have a 4 hour uptrend that's pulled, blah, 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 blah. What should be a priority? So you can see people, obviously learning because they're interacting, and then I'm giving them the answers. This is the trade that I took yesterday. So if you can see, so the 4 hour is in an uptrend and we are in a demand area, but the 1 hour is in a downtrend. What is in control? Now, again, most people make the mistakes of going, demand is in control because the 4 hours in uptrend. No, we need the 1 hour to change a trend to understand that now we're in alignment with the 4 hour. If the 1 hour is still downtrending, that is in control. And I explained this guy to everyone on here. And as you can see, I explained that the 1 hour needs to be a change of trend. You can obviously have a read through this if you join. For now, we expect the market to react from the supply. And that's where I managed to catch the, GBP AUD trade idea, as you guys can see. So yeah, make sure that you guys, join the Telegram, and make sure that you just show some love, as I always mention. I would be massively appreciated. But other than that, guys, have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care and God bless.